Hello, good morning all. Today in this video we are going to discuss regarding how to create a record inside Odoo using Webhook in automated action. So we already have done a detailed video about the working of Webhook, but we have missed to explain how to create a record inside Odoo. So if you need to know more about webhooks in Odoo, I'll add that video link in the description section. You can just jump back there and see and come back over here. So in this video we will be discussing about how to create a record inside Odoo database using Webhook. So in order to work with Webhook, make sure that you have installed automated action, that is base automation module inside your database. So and if I go to settings, I have already enabled debug mode and I'll go to technical, and if you scroll down you will see a menu called automation rules. So these are the automation rules which we have played with in the morning. Now what I'll do is that I'll create a new automation rule, named it as create customer. So using this automation rule, I'm going to create a webhook which can create a record inside the customer model. So I'll name the model as address.partner because I need to create a new contact. So I'll select the model, trigger on webhook, and it will give me a API endpoint which is webhook, and I'll hit on the save button. Now here you can see I have a webhook, and target record, I'll just adjust the code as follows: model.browse, like this. I just adjust the target record like this: model.browse int of payload.getID. Now what I have to do, add an action and I'll execute code, and here I'll add a line of code, record, or I'll write like env rest.partner create, I'll put vals, and I have to prepare the vals list here. I'll write like name payload.get name. So I have added 2 lines of code here. So once we call the API endpoint, I can pass values to that API endpoint, which is the webhook, and I'm receiving those values inside payload variable. So I have added 2 lines of code here. I'll explain what I have done. So what I have done is we have created an automation rules which triggers webhook, and I have the webhook URL here, and actions to do, I have executing a Python code with 2 lines as follows. Now what I'll do, I'll simply copy this webhook and I'll use postman to trigger that webhook. I'll put the API endpoint here, webhook here, then I'll make it as post, body I'll change to row, type JSON. Now I can write the things I need to pass. So if you check inside, let me duplicate this tab. So what we are going to do is that we will be creating a record to rest.partner model of Odoo, which is customers. And what I need to do, I need to pass the name value. Right now I'm only passing the name value, but you can pass the values like phone, mobile, etc. So let's start with only the name. So here I'll prepare a dictionary and I can pass the value as, I'll put odoomates, or I'll just put like this. So like this, a simple dictionary with key name, and I'm passing the value, and this is my webhook endpoint. But right now if you hit on send, you will be receiving status as error. But let's copy this name which we have entered and let's check inside our database. So here we have customers, and if you search for odoomates for you, it's not created yet. So this is a problem. So I think there is a limitation by default for creating a new record. So personally I found a workaround which you can also follow if the method is convincing for you. What I'll do is that simply I'll create a record named webhook dummy, which I'll just create a record called webhook dummy, and I'll archive that record. Simply I archived it. Now let's refresh and let's get the ID of that record. So what the record which we have created is webhook dummy, which we have archived, and let me take the ID of that record. So using view metadata, I can see the ID of the record is 48. So what I'll do here, I'll pass the ID as 48. So for every request, I'll be passing this ID, which is a dummy ID. And now if I hit on send, you can see status is okay. And now if you come back to Odoo, and if you remove all these filter, and if you search for odoomates, you will see the record has been successfully created. So this is a workaround which you can follow to create a record inside Odoo. So right now we have only pass name. Let's consider passing the values like phone, mobile and email. So if you need to pass more values, you have to adjust the code here which you have written. So let me adjust these lines. So what all things we need to pass? I need to pass email. So you can place the mouse over here and you can get the field names email, mobile, phone and job position, which is function. So let's add all of those here. Phone, payload.get phone, and what else we need? Email. Let me copy so that I don't need to write. Payload.get email. Then we have mobile. I need to pass value to the mobile field. Payload.get mobile. And finally this one, job position, which is the technical name is function. So here I'll put function, but from the payload I'll put it as job position. Job position. So we have adjusted the value as follows, and we'll be creating a new record. Now I'll hit on save. Done. Now what we'll do, we'll go to the postman and I'll create a new customer. Now let's name it as Odoo videos, and I need to pass phone number. If I need to pass phone number, I can use the phone key. And what's the value? Let's put 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then I need to pass mobile. Let it be 999, something like this. Then I need to pass email. Then I can pass odoomates@gmail.com. Then I have job position. I'll just put it as exploring Odoo. So I have done like this. I have to put a comma over here. So just this ID is simply we are passing. You don't need to change. We will keep the ID same for all the records. Now before hitting on send button, I'll confirm that I don't have a customer with the name Odoo videos. So we don't have a customer with the name Odoo videos. Now I'll hit on send. There is no errors. Everything is okay. And now if I come back and search here, you can see Odoo videos. Job position is there, phone, mobile, email, everything is coming. So this is how you can utilize Odoo Webhook to create a record inside Odoo. So if you like this method, do support us by clicking the like button and share video with your Odoo friends, and do have a comment and let us know your feedback. So that's it for the day. Have a nice day. Thank you.